All right, Swati, tell us about yourself.
Uh, I'm. My name is Swati. I'm married now. November 17th, it'll be 8 years, and I have two kids. One is 6 and one is 2. And yeah, I am a biotech graduate, but I'm stay-at-home mom. I don't work. So yeah,
and you're beautiful.
Thank you.
And you live in India.
Yeah, I'm from India.
Which part?
I am from Hubli. Hubballi in
Hubli.
Karnataka state. Yeah, Hubballi.
Karnataka state. That sounds cool.
I love your accent. It's so beautiful. So basically, we would love to kick it off by how you found us. Like, what happened for you to take that step to want to feel better?
Yeah, I was I used to eat pretty healthy. We eat lots of vegetables in our home. We eat sprouts and everything. Even I cooked very healthy. But it was like we used to eat the carb foods like rice and wheat flatbread and all. I was like, oh, I'm doing so much. I'm running, I'm exercising, I'm eating pretty healthy. I'm maintaining I was maintaining eating early dinner, but still I'm not losing any weight. I was frustrated. And one day I was like, I found your page and I instantly liked it.
One of the biggest questions, actually, while we're waiting for Swati to come back on, one of the biggest questions that we get asked or concerns when people want to be healthy is, what about my culture, my cultural eating? Can I find the foods that I need to eat in my area or in my country? Because people obviously live all over the world. And also maybe in country districts or rural districts, they want to know, can I still be able to eat healthy? So one of the things I'm loving that we want to chat to Swati about today is she's an Indian woman living in India. So obviously they're very cultural with their eating, but also, can you get the foods you need in India? I'm really curious. I actually want to know. So hang tight, because that's one of the things we want to ask her, as well as...
Yeah, it's so exciting because that's a big
thing. Like rice is a big dish. A lot of Indian
women say, I can't do a Western diet or a diet of any kind because we've just restricted so much with rice and availability of foods. So yeah. I can see her. She keeps trying to come back in down here. Anyway, do you want to talk about something while we...
Yeah, I do. We'll chat to you guys.
If it doesn't work, we'll just do it again another time. Don't worry. We'll work out how to do it, because this is so important. We're yes, we're from Australia and we've got a lot of American and Europeans doing the programs, but we've actually got a really large number of people from Asia doing it with Asian cultures, and Asians are very strong with their cultural beliefs, and their eating forms such a huge part of their cultures. I'm not just talking about Indians. We've got Pakistanis on the program. We've got
all through the Middle East,
Asian families, Middle Eastern families, as well as Chinese people, Chinese mums that love doing these programs, and they've adapted their own eating their way to be able to fit with reducing high energy carbs, because basically rice, which is the staple there, is such a huge part of their diet. So it'd be really interesting. If we do get Swati back today, don't worry. If we don't get her back, we'll get her back another day.
Yeah, definitely.
And we could even just record it and film it for you and send it to
upload.
You.
But also on that, even Filipinos, we have a lot of Filipinos that do the program, but also have a lot of friends that are Filipinos since we've been traveling. And one of their staple meals, I'll say, Sharny and Julius, how do I lose my belly, or how do I lose weight? And we'll just say, can you cut out the rice and just substitute the rice you're having for cauliflower rice? And they'll just make that one change and their belly's gone. So culturally, you can adapt. Yes, obviously cauliflower rice isn't going to be identically tasting to white rice, but it's still a substitute. And when you want to get healthy, when you've got that stubborn fat that you can't get rid of and you've tried, there's just sometimes just a few minor tweaks that you've got to do to be able to force your body to continue to lose weight. So you don't have to just settle and go, you know what, it's me, I've got my belly or I've got my bum, it's genetic, because it's not genetic. You can definitely still lose weight. It's just where each of us are very individual with sometimes the way we lose weight. So it's just some slight tweaks here and there to make magic happen. And our interview last week with Sarah, she was saying that she hit a plateau, which is very normal because your body gets used to what you're doing. And she literally just dropped her carrot she was having in the afternoon and a couple other really and she took the milk out of her coffee and switched it to almond milk. And boom, she's losing weight again, like those couple of little tweaks. So please don't give up when things get challenging with whatever program you're doing, whatever weight loss journey you're on. I mean, we love to help. We always, and so does everyone in our community, but you're not alone in this journey. I think for Julius and I, if we can finish one day when we're old and grey and toothless and teethless, if we can know that we've made as many mums and dads happy around the world, I think our life will be complete. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Because
we need this.
I think people feel like
just a screwdriver will fix this problem.
No, it won't.
Let me get up in here.
I'm getting hot in here. So take off
really
all my
hot.
clothes. I think I'm stressed.
Something's going wrong. It's really hot in here.
So
we've got a photo of one of Swati's recipes that she shared in the Nourish cookbook. So if you are on Fit, Healthy, Happy Mum, or if you are on Fit Dad, you actually get this for free as part of your program. And have a look at her recipes there.
It's the most beautiful.
Does that look?
It's the most beautiful ebook that we've put so much love and heart into.
And not just us, everyone that's actually done the program and has adapted their diets and has created their own recipes. And we're so excited about talking to Swati about it because she's culturally changed some Indian recipes for us. And Indian food is magnificent.
Yeah, so just understand, I guess one of the things we get asked when people join our program or we talk to people on the street is you kind of feel like you're alone, and it's so important that you know that there's support out there if you want to take those steps. And sometimes at first your family's not on board because maybe you've tried 10, 15, 20, 30 different diets and they're like, oh no, not another diet, please. I don't want to deal with that stress again.
I don't want to deal with you.
But
you're stressed.
But they come around. This has come from thousands of mums and dads. If their partner's not on board at first, they will come around when they know that this is a commitment. This is not just another phase for you. You actually want to make that healthy lifestyle permanent, and then they come on board. But you just got to understand you can't force anybody to do anything they're not willing to do. You've got to just, when you're ready, you do it, you take those steps, and your family will come on board. If you can get anything out of this live, it's how Swati did this in India, being an Indian woman, eating a lot of rice and heavy carb dishes, because I know that generally with Asia and with the Philippines and with areas like that, the Middle East, they eat a lot of rice. So what she did was she just cut back on her rice and she started bringing in cauliflower rice, which she didn't like at first, but she tweaked. I'm assuming she added some herbs and spices because you can have herbs and spices.
So much to talk about her.
I know, it's amazing.
She won a marathon. She actually won a marathon.
Oh my God. And
First time she ever ran, she ran a marathon and she won it.
So good. It's the program. We've got to blame the program.
Like out of the blue, she first time in her life after doing the program, because we're as part of the program, we try and get people every Saturday or Sunday, if they have the time, to go and try and run or walk 5 kilometers just to see how much fitter you get each week. It's a really good way of testing where your fitness level is. And Swati just did that, and then when she finished, she decided to enter in a marathon and won it.
What a cool life story.
Never run 5Ks before, starts the program, finishes the program, and wins a marathon.
Oh my God, it's such an inspirational story that she to literally tell your grandkids that story one day. Yeah. It's so cool.
It's so crazy. And because she was so good, because she was so fast, there was men ahead of her, but they didn't ever expect a woman to do so well, so they didn't even have categories. She came like 5th overall out of everyone, but she didn't win anything because she was a lady. They never expected her to run that fast.
It's amazing. It's so amazing.
What an inspiring human being, and I'm so devastated.
I really want everyone that's tuning in right now to get something out of this live because of our technical difficulties. So I'm just getting some messages through now. So what Swati did was just spice up her cauliflower rice. So remember, on our program and whatever program or whatever health kick you're doing, or if you just want to live a healthy lifestyle, to switch up heavy rices like white rice and things like that for cauliflower rice is such a clever trick. But the trick to it is when you chop it up and you're cooking it, to add your herbs and spices. So if you like a bit of garlic, put a bit of garlic in, put in any sorts of herbs and spices that you like and toss that through, and you'll get the perfect flavor for you of what you really like. But it's just trial and error. So that's what Swati did. She just trial and error and did some trial and erroring here, being a rice lover to make the cauliflower rice, and now she loves it. And as she said, her husband now eats it and her children. So it's doable. It's just a matter of when you make that choice to no longer do a diet and do like 8 weeks or do 12 weeks. Yes, you might do an initial 8 weeks of something, but you've got to think from the beginning. This is just the reset for 8 weeks. It's got to continue after this. All the veggies you're eating and all the goodness you're putting into the body and all the time you're putting in to reset your body again after all the shit you've put in it for so long. It's it's so good to just keep going with it. That's why everyone that graduates and hits maintenance and hits their goal, whatever that goal may be, they stay within the program because they love to see the continual recipes coming in. They love to inspire others that are starting because it keeps that on track. Like if someone's just starting out, they want to give them the tips that have helped them because it helps them stay on track by helping someone else. It's called paying it forward, and it actually just allows you to never, ever fall off the bandwagon. So that's why I adore that Swati has just decided I'm just going to try a marathon. And by the way, you don't have to do a marathon on the program. It's just some people.
You don't even have to run.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything.
Some people that have absolutely hated running, me included, did just thought, you know what, I'm just going to try it. I'm just going to, for the 8 weeks, if by the end of the 8 weeks I hate running, or I don't like it, then it doesn't matter, but I'm just going to try at least by starting to walk. Most of the people now love running, and they're doing events like marathons and triathlons and ultra marathons and what do you go when you go into the mountain? Trail runs and things like that, because it's just a way to clear your mind. And for Julius and I and thousands of others, when you've got stress in your life or you've got things going on, it really does get rid of that monkey brain, that monkey voice going on in your head, and clears it out, and your ideas come of, like maybe you're unsure about something, a career choice or something going on in your life. The great thing about running or any form of exercise is it just allows you to slow down that craziness going on in your head and come up with ideas or get answers. Would you agree?
I agree.
So thanks for tuning in. I hope you got a couple of great little tips from our live.
If you want to, there's a few people on here. If you want to ask questions,
you are here.
May as well do something. We can't just leave you with nothing.
Well, I think I gathered a bit of value, but definitely ask.
Sorry.
But definitely ask a question, please. We'll tune in for another 5 minutes or so and post your question, and we'll answer it while we're here.
So there's a lot of Indian mamas here who were so excited she's such a leader in the community, in the Indian community.
Yeah, so special.
About how she did this. But we will record a video with Swati.
Or maybe Swati
maybe we'll just go to India.
Yeah.
Run that marathon.
Yeah, with her. If we can keep up.
She'll beat us both.
So we're just yakking away while you guys type your questions in, if you've got any. But we will actually if Swati can organise maybe a place where she's got better internet, we'll schedule her for the next few weeks and we'll get her on again.
Hubli internet. Oh.
Hubli.
Problem.
You need
chapatis though. Very good.
What's it called? The really fast internet? Fiberless.
Fiber. It's India though. It's like most people sharing
India
internet connections. Probably not.
Okay. Also, another thing that I remember Swati saying is that she struggled with a lot of people saying that she'd lost too much weight. Can you show a photo of her before and after? She definitely hasn't lost too much weight. And to be honest with you guys, it's none of anybody else's business. It's how Swati feels.
There's the winning of the marathon. Actually, she did get a medal. She got bronze medal overall.
That's so
how
cool.
Is that?
So it's none of anyone else's business how much weight you want to lose, as long as you're being healthy, nourishing your body with loads of veggies, drinking loads of water, and you feel amazing and you're happy, you can just say, oh, thank you so much. You don't have to be rude to them, but you can just say thank you and move on. Because I know I got the same thing, people saying that I was too skinny, and Julius would always say, well, I think you look beautiful, and as long as you're happy, who cares?
Yeah,
right?
You can't tell someone that they're too fat, because that is extremely offensive. But everyone's happy to tell you that you're too skinny.
And I'm telling you, that's very easy to gain weight. Well, for someone that struggles to lose weight, when you finally hit your goal weight and you're feeling amazing with, you know, how much weight you've lost, and you're feeling healthy and you're really happy, and you're like, gosh, I got here and I love my body and I'm happy, and it's so easy to gain weight. So people always get afraid to get too skinny.
And it's not even about weight. Like the program's called Fit, Healthy, Happy Mum, Fit, Healthy, Happy Dad. It's about being fit, healthy, and happy, not about being thin or losing fat. That's a byproduct of focusing on your health and your happiness and your fitness. But I've got to ask you, what if? Like, a lot of people are afraid to do something like this, but Swati is a perfect example. What if at the end of actually doing this, you could win a marathon? Like, you couldn't ever imagine.
Or just do something you never thought was
possible, but found that out. What is on the other end of you doing this? You just don't know what's there. So many people have found something more that they never expected. Nearly every interview we've done, they found something more in themselves that they were hiding with food. And a lot of times, I believe, the reason people binge on junk food and drown themselves in junk food or alcohol is because they're afraid of the person that they actually are. And that works both ways. Most people are afraid of the person that they actually are because they're afraid they don't like the person that they are. Or the other way is that they're afraid that they are actually so incredibly great that they don't know whether the people around them will be able to handle the real them. Like, look at Swati, for example. She is a marathon winner.
That is so cool.
She would never have expected that. But it's in there. It was in there. It has always been in there. She just used to eat food to cover up her athletic abilities. And for other people, you know, we've got people that have gone on to write books, and we've got people that have done their blogs and their podcasts, and really successful athletes.
Or saved marriages. Like marriages have actually rekindled.
Businesses, people have the business success from having self-confidence in yourself after controlling your food. And there's a famous saying, and I think it's Euclides, one of my my Latin teachers used to say, is if no man is free who has no control of himself. So if you can control your eating, can you imagine how much power there is inside you?
So by finishing the program is a metaphor for the rest of your life, because you've finished and you've
it gives
committed.
You a taste of what you're capable of. Like, Swati's won a marathon that she's never ever expected. It looks like she's not even running in running shoes here. This photo looks like just Converse, and she's run a marathon. Can you imagine if she now dedicates the rest of her life to running marathons, the capacity and the capability inside her?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like, you just don't know what you're capable of.
When her children grow up, how much she's also inspiring her children, and all of you, any of you on our programs that have taken that step to just get rid of the junk and the shit that's controlling you, that sugar or whatever, the food or the alcohol, you've just decided to give it up. And I know there's thousands of you. You're inspiring your children way more than school will ever, whatever school will give them. It's just something that they will never forget for the rest of their life. They're taking that love for health, that love for exercise, and it just being normal into the rest of their life, rather than juggling, you know, the yo-yo dieting and the binge eating and all those crazy things that sadly some of us have gone through. You're actually giving your children the gift of health, of commitment, and showing them you can stick to something.
Commitment is more important. It's like mental health, mental strength to say no to things that you want now, and your body says that you want it, but you know it's not good for you.
Can you share your story that you've said before for everyone about drugs and, you know, showing you just never know as your kids get older?
Yeah, so people say to me, oh, well, I can't quit junk food. How do you do it? It's so difficult. Or alcohol. And then for us, I think, you know, you've got children, so you're a parent. You think about those kids and all of their friends. You're not just a parent to your own children. If you're a good parent, you're a parent to all of their friends as well, you know, like a big brother, big sister parent, someone that they can all confide in. And by doing this program, you actually give yourself the tools to be able to combat the drug addiction that one of them in that circle is going to have. Statistically, one of your children's friends is going to be addicted to drugs, and they have no one to turn to. And if you can't beat a sugar addiction, how can you ever help someone beat a drug addiction without having gone through that in the same process?
Yeah.
So that's what we believe there. And it's, I mean, Sharny before said about commitment. Being able to commit to a diet for 8 weeks means so much more to the rest of your life. Like, you can then commit to your business ideas, and you start thinking long-term instead of short-term, I need. You start planning it out and working out that a little bit of work every day that actually, when you look back on it, doesn't seem like much. When you're doing it, it seems like a lot. But when you look back on it, it doesn't seem like much. But that little bit of commitment to whatever it is that you're working on every day within it, 3 months to a year, is so massive that no one can catch up to you. And I'm talking about, obviously, your body. That's the number one thing, like your health. People have cured cancers. People have cured
depression, diabetes.
So many things, but also business, marriage, relationships.
Yep.
There's so much that you can do, so much that you're capable of when you really start to look long-term at your life. Give yourself a long time frame and work on habitually fixing things that will get you there, rather than looking for a quick fix to get you there. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you can only do it. Like, we can be there to support you. I right now know that you can do it. You can actually take those steps to do it. But we can't do it for you. We can create a community of people that want to support you, and of mums and dads that are in the same position as you. They want to be fit, they want to be healthy, they want to be happy, but we can't do it for you. You've got to say no to putting that stuff in your mouth. And it's not even about weight loss. Like, ultimately, you'll start the journey because, yes, you want to lose some weight, but you get so much more from it. Weight loss is just a byproduct of what will happen on such a small scale compared to what you'll get if you just open your mind, stay positive, and just every day take it one day at a time. Like so many of our other graduates have said, I just took it one day at a time, one meal at a time, and just knew that I am a finisher. I'm going to commit to this. I'm going to see it through to the end because I committed. I wanted to do this. Something in me made me start. I'm going to finish this because it will actually have that domino effect on the rest of your life, and especially your children, because you guys know, we don't have to tell you this, our children are watching and learning from us, whether we like it or whether we don't. They're watching everything we say, everything we do. We are their heroes. Like, I've seen so many little skits and little ads out there saying, where kids were interviewed, saying, who would you have dinner with? Who's your role model? And the main thing they always say is my mum and dad. So they love you so much, and you're there just to show them anything is possible, because it really is. Anything is actually possible for you. You've just got to take that step and commitment. And even right now, if you've done our program and you've fallen off the bandwagon, or you're just not in a good place right now, you can take this moment right now and go, you know what? Enough's enough. I'm not waiting till Monday. I'm going to start right now because I'm a finisher, and because I know so much more is going to come from this than just weight loss. I know that I'm going to feel better, and I know that so many more opportunities and so much is going to come my way just by taking the steps on doing something that I know I need to do. It's just that commitment sometimes, and that discipline gets in our way. We get in our own head. So get a supportive network around you, whether that's us or someone else or our community, and do it. Don't wait till Monday. Monday's too far away.
Start now. And you just don't know what's on the other end of that.
What opportunities?
What is going to come of you? Like, you don't know. Swati didn't know she was a marathon winner, not just a marathon runner, a marathon winner.
I was so glad just to finish.
That's the only marathon winner I've ever met. Normally they're so fast you don't see them. You're just like, pooh, there goes the winner.
Yeah. I was just, and anyone that I know has done a marathon, I'm just so grateful that you finished it. Even if you walk some of it, it's just, you're literally exercising for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. And Swati actually finished it. So it just goes to show you, whether or not you do a marathon, you just don't know what you don't know, meaning that you don't know what's out there for you. Just by taking this step for your health, like I said earlier today, go back, do your yoga, clear out your fridge of junk food, anything that's got additives, preservatives, packets, just dump it in the bin, drop it off at charity, and take that step in just being a better you, because by you taking that stand for yourself, you will have a ripple effect eventually across the rest of your family, for the people around you. We know thousands and thousands of mums and dads that just started for themselves. I need to do this for me. So when you make that decision and you action it with actual doing it, and you combine that, you really are unstoppable force. And that's the universe, whatever your beliefs are. When you action something with a thought, you are unstoppable. So don't wait till Monday. Monday is too far away.
So while we started this by saying, have you got any questions? And then we just went for it.
I just want to add value.
We just want to talk to people.
Yeah, and we just
We're so lonely.
I and Julius. We just want you to start your healthy lifestyle.
You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you. I don't, but I love to sing anyway.
I like it.
So can I just say that we want you to succeed. I know. You read it. You read. But please.
You keep singing while I read. Go.
It is possible. You just got to do it
yourself.
yourself.
So there are actually people still interested in Swati.
So we will interview her again, and she'll come on here and answer some questions, and
Tanya's
so will our
managed
crew.
to get. Can I talk for a sec?
Yeah.
You good? Tanya's managed to got some answers for us. So some cooking tips from Swati. Let me show you this so that you can read along. Everyone, let's read along like school. I kept it simple every day. Garlic seasoned sprouts or boiled beans with cucumber, onion, cabbage, capsicum. Stir fry with garam masala. I made protein pancakes with soaked all dals and beans. I don't know what an all dal is. What's a dal?
I don't know.
Dal, that's what your mum calls you.
Hello, dal.
Soaked
I love
dal,
you.
that's Sharny in the bath. That's called a soaked dal. And beans with garlic, ginger, spinach, salt. Stuffed it with veggies and ate. I did mung bean sprouts, moth bean sprouts, and veggie sabji or budge. Veggie sabji or budge. That sounds so delicious. Indian food sounds so good.
Is that so dollar?
So before we came to Dubai, we actually spent a month in Sri Lanka, which was really delicious. Anyway, Swati cooks it for a whole family. She just takes out her share of beans or sprouts with salad and prepares rice or roti flatbread for her husband and her kidlets. Right.
That sounds amazing. That's really amazing.
Where is it?
We've got someone.
Okay, some more tips from Swati. Thanks for watching and being patient with us. Sometimes I've fallen off track, but I watched all videos of Julius. Hey. Thank you, Swati. Sometimes I've fallen off track, but I watched all videos of Julius of being consistent, so stayed back to complete. I fall off, but I gather my strength and stand back. I've gotten many compliments. I was a chubby kid from school. I always had a big tummy, but joining the program gave me a flat and small waist for the first time in her entire life. And she won a marathon.
That's like, oh my gosh, Swati is not the only one. This is happening for thousands and thousands of mums and dads, guys. So it's not just an accident, like you've just got to take that commitment. But we know what dal is.
Dal is a term. Thank you, Tanya's so awesome, by the way. She's in the background sending us messages.
Helping us.
So dal is a term used in the Indian subcontinent for dried split pulses. I think she Googled that.
Yeah, she did, but that's awesome. Thanks, Teabag. Oh, sorry.
That's what we call her.
That's tea our bag. Private name.
It's her favorite thing. She just loves a good tea bag in her tea bag. Okay, let me read this one.
Oh dear. Your life is never dull with us, you guys. Or him. He just says what he wants.
So Swati says, everyone asks me what you have done. What diet? I always say clean eating. I eat lots of veggies. I desperately wanted to lose weight, especially her tummy. She's trying hard, but nothing was working. She used to follow some rules of healthy eating, but it was just never seeing results. And then there was another thing here. I know another big thing was that she was shamed by her family. Her parents used to...
Can you take that down so we can see your beautiful face?
Oh,
or your
so romantic. Now everyone's going to call Tanya tea bags.
She's going to love it. Thanks. Sorry, T.
The reason we actually call her tea bag is because she loves tea bags.
No, it's because her name's Tanya. We shortened it to tea.
And because she's good in hot water.
And we say tea bag, tea bone.
T-bone steak.
We just have fun. You know, life's just got to be fun.
Tea back singlet. Tees Junction.
And she's come up with a few names for herself as well, which is funny. So anyway, you guys know
Tiger, the tiger.
Tit turtle.
Tit turtle. What's a tit turtle?
I was stuttering.
Turtle tits. What's up, turtle tits? Thanks for all your help, turtle tits. Tea bag and turtle tits.
I'm crying. Oh God, you are so funny.
Okay.
Has anyone got any more questions?
Anyone got any more names for Tanya?
Before I pee my pants? Oh.
Someone actually called her a tea ranny once.
I know, that's so mean.
Rude is
hey,
that?
some people.
She looks so fit. Some dick in the gym decided to call her a tranny.
Like, and you know what I love about her, by the way? This is a mum that's finished the program, struggled with anxiety. Her husband, Simon, struggled with depression. They're now like, their lives have changed. And you know what she did when someone called her that? She just laughed and started nicknaming herself T. Rennie. Like she just paid herself out and laughed about it. Oh, I just adore that in people. Like you really do eventually need to forget what other people think of you and are saying about you, because it's none of their business also. It's none of your business what someone else thinks of you. It's more important what you think of you, because until you love yourself, how can anyone else love you if you don't love yourself?
That's the beautiful thing about it is just Tanya is so confident now.
Yes.
That it's just water off a duck's back. If some
water off a turtle's back.
Water off a turtle tits' back. That it just doesn't matter to her. And the other thing we've always said, and I'm sure you've heard this saying before, until someone's complaining about you, then you're not successful. So obviously someone has been jealous and intimidated, probably because Tanya's lifting more weights than him in the gym. Yeah, maybe.
But it was just a comment on Instagram. But Julius's point,
it was on Instagram.
And
sorry,
our
I thought it was inside the gym.
Can I finish or you finish? Because I got something to say too.
You talk, turtle tits.
Turtle tits. Oh my goodness. So the thing is, if someone says something mean to you, someone's nasty, they say a mean comment, or they're just a nasty person, even if it's about you, you can't take it personally, because if someone's just saying something nasty or being nasty, it's a reflection of them. They obviously feel bad about themselves. If they're saying you're too skinny, or, you know, like they're saying something nasty about you.
Swati got that a lot. You're too skinny.
It's just they're scared for themselves. They're not really thinking about you. They're more thinking about themselves and how it's going to affect them, or there's so much more to it. It's not about you. Would you 100% agree on that?
A whole bunch of unhealthily overfat people get together and one of them loses weight. The other ones look worse by comparison, so they want them to come back. Yeah. And plus it's boring hanging out with someone who's so thinks more about themselves than about the food they eat. So for people who are obsessing over food and avoiding their life, that other person then becomes very intimidating.
Yeah, because
someone who's just got control, you're like, what? You can actually say no to this?
Yeah.
Cupcake?
Yeah. So just always remember that, please. I hope when you get in this situation, you hear Julius and I saying to you, if someone says something mean to you or about you to try and hurt you or whatever the situation may be, it's about them, not about you. Shake it off. Be strong and keep moving forward, because it really is not about you and what they've said. It's about them, and it's just a reflection of them. Please. It's so important, because trolling is such a big thing and it's disgusting. And I just feel like if everyone could just, so the people listening right now, if you can just always be conscious, I'm sure you are, of just making sure whatever you say to someone, it's always honest, but it's just thoughtful and kind and lift people up. You know, you've got a beautiful smile. Oh my God, your eyes are amazing. That color looks great on you. Like, you can always tell someone the truth in a positive way.
Yeah, there's still more messages from Teabags talking about Swati.
Okay, please.
I'm just going to read some of these to you. Swati was body shamed by her family. She used to hate her pics because she was not looking good. One day her sister-in-law said, "You're not thin, you're fat." because I said, I'm not fat, I'm just in the medium category. She said, I'm not fat, I'm just medium. She said to her, you're not thin, you're actually still fat. What a bitch, man.
Yeah. So when was that? Was that before she lost the weight or after?
It would have been while she's losing weight.
Yeah.
Nice friends. Now everyone asks me not to slim down anymore. Well, it's none of their business.
Remember, you need to.
Before we keep slamming all these people, Swati's marathon, she won a marathon, and her thoughts about the marathon: it was hard for me, but I was determined. Where there is a will, there has to be a way. So that's all her secret to winning a marathon after never actually running before.
That's so cool.
The marathon was awesome. I never had thought I would run, but slowly had started running. But my time was improved, and I was first. I can't tell you how happy I was.
Well, hopefully also Swati will come in. Most of the people we interview come in and they just answer questions as well later on. I see them comment. So hopefully Swati will have a scroll through and, answer some of your questions. So hang in the comments later and Swati will be around and you'll be able to ask her anything you need to ask her in the comments below, and she hopefully will respond to you and just help you out in some way to take that step forward with whatever she can help you out with. But thanks for tuning in, you sexy people. Don't wait till Monday. Monday's too far away.
Love you.
I love you. Bye.